It's for those students, right? That's where we communicate about the class and the homework and what they want to ask in that class. And I suppose as we expand how that looks, maybe there's a channel that we create that's based on that community that's just the people I know, but I don't know if I need to do that. I'm sure there's lots of that on Discord already. And I know that I can vouch for the 1,000 VAs I know on Discord right now, that there is already something that I'm not a part of, that they're all in there helping each other out, building each other up, supporting one another, and learning as a group and sharing those pieces of knowledge freely. Yeah. In case, maybe just someone that hasn't spoken, but I don't mind coming back. Yeah. And then sure.
Well, thank you. So even though you don't necessarily need an agent to get into work, say you want to go that route, is it probably best to have some kind of experience like classes or a demo before you even propose anything to them?
The thing with agents is, of course, you have to be valuable to them.
Yeah.
If you're a nobody to them, it's really hard to prove value. And so a lot of times we have to, as any actor, wanting to pursue an agent as a young artist, being like, well, that's why I did that independent film for next to nothing or free. That's why I did that community show. That's why I took drama workshops or did the school play. Like, that's why I did those things. I spent a lot of my time on them, and time is valuable, but I was investing in my skill set so that I could hopefully go to someone and say, you don't know me yet, but I've been working on this. I've been curating the brand of me. It's currently like this. Maybe that's a demo or a headshot or a resume that helps them understand that. Maybe that's just a sample or a link to a YouTube thing that they go, okay, at least you're a thing, rather than, hi, Mr. Nobody here, hoping that you'll help me be the thing I want to be. They're like, who has the time? I do not know you. I have 100 people that I know who are doing the work and booking the work and giving me a piece of it. What the hell, man? So as we decide how do we want to contribute, yeah, it might be an investment of equipment, making a demo, or getting the training that allows you to understand what your offering is. Because what's more embarrassing than making a $500 demo and then like shopping around and people are like, what is this? Like, do you know what you're doing yet? I'm new, I will attest. Yeah, maybe you could have worked on getting less new and then making the tool that showcases what you are. Because now you've got this tool that really doesn't help you. And so I try and dissuade new VAs to like jump to a demo right away, because they're going to want to put some time into, let's say, character demos. Because that's typically what people, I want to do character voices, I want to do anime, I want to do video games. Yeah, you should, they're super fun. But what does that demo represent there? So you only get about 2 minutes. Your demo can't be longer than 2 minutes for most of these mediums. So if you've got 90 seconds to 2 minutes, what 6, 8, 12 voices, energies, emotional states, offerings of you are you banking on being sellable enough to include for 5 or 10 seconds each? That's all you got. Otherwise, you start at the other end and you go, I'd like to work on things, I'd like to get to know the community, I'd like to know how the different mediums work. I play a bit here, I play a bit there, I see what the return on investment is. Maybe I put 100 auditions into anime and I get none of them, and I put 5 auditions into a narration or audiobook thing, and 2 people want to hire me, and I go, well, that's not where I thought I would be, but maybe I should go where I'm wanted to learn what I can there, and then use those skills to maybe help platform me to the places I wanted to expand to. A lot of people don't want to be typecast. Oh, I don't want to keep doing the same thing. Shut up, you're being asked to share this value that people are recognizing over and over again. And of course, anything can get stagnant, anything can get boring. But stand on that power and go, well, I didn't expect this, but I certainly want to be grateful for it. And now maybe I can pivot this momentum to some of the other places I want it to be too. And I can show them, teach them other ways I could contribute. I was a young, skinny white dude with a deeper voice than people wanted. Because on stage and screen, they're like, what am I supposed to do with you, man? Like, get old. Okay, I'm working on it. But in front of the microphone, all of that was powerful to them. And I was like, oh, it's so nice to be wanted. But after a while, I was kind of sick of being gruff, muscly, gravel-toned, fighty guys. And I said something kind of like, you know, like, all these women get to do the teenage boy roles. Why don't I get to do some of the sultry female roles? And they're like, well, do a sultry female voice. I'm doing it right now. And they're like, it's not very good for a sultry female. But what I could do is I could get you here and I could get you there. This pretty boy would have a really good attitude like that. Hey, do you know this thing, Mega Man? It's a thing. There's this character in there that's zap zap, electricity. And I'm like, no, I didn't. Would you like to do those roles? Yes, I would, thank you very much. Because I get paid the same. They give me a whole different way to express myself. They give me a whole different part of my body to speak and resonate from. Because let's be honest, the more you're down here, the more eventually it's not so comfortable. But to be up here, light and lilty, you can do that all day. And then you also get this different kind of playtime. So the experimentation and what was in the moment a perceived failure that, oh, I bungled it. You know, like I was like, let me do the thing. They're like, do the thing. Ooh! And they're like, no, I disagree. And I was like, oh, crap. But because of those pushing and trying and in the moment perceived failures, these new paths started to open up. And you go, well, how far does that go? Far! It was crazy, right? Because then all of a sudden there's these whole different realms where I'm being able to participate and having meaningful characters and the way that people were digesting them, the way that people were contacting me and saying, this matters to me. I'm like, Chuff City up in here, you know what I mean? Like just crazy the way that that was starting to reinforce that it wasn't just fun to do. It wasn't just a fun challenge. It wasn't just a lovely expression. People thought it mattered. People were connecting with it. People were enjoying it. People wanted to know more about how this works, and maybe it could be something that they contributed into. Incredibly meaningful. So when you do choose, how do I want to do this?
I know I'll never be the same. Shook my world so hard again. Wish I washed away my sins. He's a dead man walking, blank staring.